If I could go back in time and erase just one mistake, it would be the night I betrayed the only woman who ever truly loved me. The woman who trusted me with her whole heart, the woman who believed in me when I didn't believe in myself, the woman whose world I shattered with my selfish choices. Tonight, as I sit here in this empty apartment, staring at the wedding ring I no longer have the right to wear, I need to tell you something. Something I should have said months ago. Something that's been eating me alive from the inside out. This is my confession, my apology, my desperate attempt to find words big enough to hold the weight of what I've done to us. Do you remember our first morning together as husband and wife? You made pancakes in that tiny kitchen, flour in your hair, laughing because you'd forgotten to add salt to the batter. I told you they were perfect anyway, because with you, everything felt perfect. You had this way of humming while you did the dishes. This little melody you probably didn't even know you were making. I used to listen to it from the living room, thinking I was the luckiest man alive. 7 years we built together. 7 years of Sunday morning coffee in bed, of you stealing my hoodies, of late night conversations where we planned our future. You wanted 3 kids, a house with a big backyard, a garden where you could grow tomatoes and sunflowers. You trusted me completely. When I worked late, you never questioned it. When I went out with friends, you just kissed me goodbye and told me to be safe. When my phone rang at odd hours, you handed it to me without a second thought. You believed in us, in me, in the promises we made at that altar 5 years ago. I was your safe place. You were mine. At least, that's what I thought. But something started changing about 2 years ago. The promotion at work brought longer hours, more stress, more pressure. You tried to understand. God, you tried so hard to be patient with me, coming home exhausted, distant, irritated over small things. I started going to that bar after work. Just to decompress, I told myself. Just to have a drink and clear my head before coming home to you. That's where I met Agnes. She was a colleague from another department, newly divorced, funny. She laughed at my jokes, listened to my complaints about work, made me feel, I don't know, important? Maybe? Appreciated? I know how pathetic that sounds now, how weak and selfish and cruel. At first, it was just conversation, just 2 people venting about their jobs over drinks. But something was happening that I was too coward to acknowledge, too selfish to stop. She started texting me during the day, little jokes, complaints about meetings, pictures of her lunch, innocent enough that I could pretend it meant nothing. But I was hiding my phone from you, deleting messages, making excuses to step outside when she called. The first time I lied to you directly, my hands were shaking. You asked where I'd been, and I said I was stuck in traffic. Such a small lie, but it opened a door I should have slammed shut. I have to work late again tonight, became my favorite excuse. And you'd just nod, kiss me goodbye, tell me you'd leave dinner in the fridge. You never suspected. Why would you? I was your husband, the man who promised to forsake all others, the man you trusted with your heart, your dreams, your future. But what you didn't know was the secret I was hiding. The secret that was growing bigger every day, eating away at the man you fell in love with. I was falling for someone else, and I was too much of a coward to stop it. The first time Agnes and I kissed, I told myself it was a mistake. Too much wine, too much stress, too much loneliness even though I had you waiting at home. I swore it would never happen again. But it did happen again, and again. That night would change everything forever. It was a Tuesday. You had your book club meeting, you kissed me goodbye, told me you'd probably be late, asked if I wanted you to pick up Thai food on the way home. I said I'd probably just order pizza. Instead, I invited Agnes over. We crossed every line that night, every sacred boundary of our marriage, in our home, in the bed where you slept beside me, every night, trusting me, loving me, believing in us. The guilt hit me the moment you walked through the door at midnight, takeout bag in hand, smiling, because you'd brought me pad thai even though I said I didn't want anything. How was book club? I asked, my voice cracking. Amazing, you said, your eyes lighting up the way they always did when you talked about something you loved. We're reading this incredible story about second chances and redemption. I can't wait to tell you about it. Second chances and redemption. The universe has a cruel sense of irony. For 3 months, I lived this double life. 3 months of lying to your face, of holding you at night while consumed with guilt, of watching you plan our 5th wedding anniversary while I was destroying everything we'd built. I thought I was being careful. I thought I could compartmentalize, keep the two worlds separate. But secrets have a way of surfacing. Truth has a way of fighting its way to the light. It was Agnes's perfume that gave me away. You noticed it on my shirt one evening when I came home late. Such a subtle scent, but not yours. You didn't say anything that night, but I saw the question in your eyes, the first crack in your absolute trust. Then you found the texts. I'd left my phone on the kitchen counter. You were looking for yours to call your mom, saw mine light up with a message from Agnes, a message that left no room for innocent explanations. I heard you gasp from the living room, heard my phone hit the floor. When I walked into the kitchen, you were standing there, your face white as paper, holding the pieces of what used to be my phone. "Who is Agnes?" you whispered. 3 words that destroyed everything. I could have kept lying, could have made up some story, some explanation. But looking at you standing there, trembling, I couldn't do it anymore. The weight of the deception was crushing me. "She's someone from work," I said quietly. "Someone from work?" Your voice was getting smaller. "Someone from work who sends you messages like that?" You read it back to me, word for word, and hearing my betrayal in your voice was worse than any punishment I could have imagined. You didn't scream. You didn't throw things. You just crumbled. You slid down the kitchen wall and sat on the floor, crying in a way I'd never seen before. These broken, silent sobs that seemed to come from somewhere deeper than sadness, somewhere closer to the soul. "How long?" you asked. 5 months. "In our bed?" I couldn't answer. My silence was answer enough. That's when you really broke. That's when the crying turned to keening, a sound I'll hear for the rest of my life, the sound of a heart shattering completely. You moved out the next week. I came home from work to find half our life gone. Your clothes, your books, your coffee mug with the chip on the handle that you refused to throw away. The bathroom felt enormous without your skincare products cluttering the counter. The bed felt like an ocean. You left your ring on the kitchen counter, right where you'd found my phone, right where our marriage died. I haven't moved it. It's been sitting there for 4 months now, a daily reminder of what I destroyed. The house feels like a museum now, a monument to what we used to be. I walk through rooms full of memories I have no right to cherish anymore. The couch where we watched 100 movies, the dining room table where we ate 1,000 meals, the kitchen where you hummed while doing dishes. I see you everywhere. I hear your laugh echoing in empty rooms. I smell your shampoo on pillowcases I can't bring myself to wash. Sometimes I wonder if you'll ever forgive me, but I know I don't deserve it. I lost more than my wife that day. I lost my best friend, my partner, my home, my future, the mother of the children we'll never have, the woman who was supposed to grow old with me. I lost the person I used to be, the man you fell in love with, the man who deserved your trust, your love, your loyalty. Agnes and I. That ended the night you found out. What I thought was love was just selfishness, just ego, just a broken man making broken choices that broke the one perfect thing in his life. You deserved better. You deserved faithfulness. You deserved a husband who came home to you every night, grateful for what he had, instead of looking for what he was missing. You deserved honesty. You deserved respect. You deserved a love that was worthy of the love you gave me. To my wife, I'm sorry for cheating and destroying your trust. I'm sorry for the nights you lay awake wondering what you did wrong, when the truth is you did everything right. I'm the one who failed. I'm the one who broke our vows, our promises, our future. I'm sorry for making you question your worth, your beauty, your lovability. You are extraordinary. You are kind and funny and brilliant and strong. My betrayal says nothing about who you are and everything about who I became. I'm sorry for taking your trust, that beautiful, pure trust you gave me so freely, and shattering it. I know what that trust cost you. I know you'd been hurt before. I know choosing to love me completely was an act of courage, and I threw it away. I'm sorry for the tears. God, I'm so sorry for every tear you've cried because of me, for the nights you've cried yourself to sleep in that apartment I've never seen, for the mornings you've had to put on a brave face and pretend you're okay when I know you're not. I'm sorry for stealing your faith and love, for making you wonder if you'll ever be able to trust again, for planting seeds of doubt that will make it harder for you to open your heart to someone new someday. I'm sorry for the holidays we'll never share, the anniversaries that will now be painful memories instead of celebrations, the future we planned that I destroyed with my choices. I'm sorry for being selfish, for being weak, for being a coward who couldn't appreciate what he had until it was gone. Most of all, I'm sorry for making you feel like you weren't enough, because you were everything. You were more than enough. You were perfect for me, and I was too broken to see it until it was too late. If I could go back, I would choose you every single day. I would delete her number. I would come home to you instead of stopping at that bar. I would remember my vows, my promises, my commitment to forsaking all others. But I can't go back. I can only carry this regret forward and try to become the kind of man who deserves love someday. Not yours. I know I lost that right. But maybe someone else's, if I can learn to be faithful, honest, present, grateful. To anyone listening to this who recognizes themselves in my story, stop. Stop before it's too late. Stop before you destroy something beautiful and irreplaceable. Stop before you become someone you don't recognize in the mirror. Your partner's trust is not something to gamble with. Their love is not something to take for granted. Their heart is not something you have the right to break just because you're broken too. Choose them. Choose love. Choose faithfulness. Choose the life you built together over the fantasy you think you're missing. Because once it's gone forever. I still love you. I know I don't have the right to say that anymore, but it's true. I love the woman who made terrible pancakes and hummed while doing dishes. I love the woman who believed in me, trusted me, chose me every single day until I gave her no choice but to leave. I hope someday you find someone who deserves the love you have to give, someone who comes home to you grateful every single night, someone who sees your trust for the precious gift it is and guards it with his life. If you're listening to this, please know, I'd give anything to undo the pain I caused you. But all I can do now is carry this apology for the rest of my life, and hope that someday, when the pain isn't so fresh, you might remember the good parts too, the parts of us that were real before I destroyed everything. I'm sorry, my love. I'm so sorry.